All right, what is up, y'all? It's your boy King Cartel back again with another video. Not going to do too much editing on this, just going to kind of give you my initial thoughts on Alan Wake 2 now that we have officially been able to get the opportunity to play this game. I will say this, I was thrown off because you do start the game out as somebody naked, and typically being naked in the woods, it's raining, it's dark, you roaming around, it's little seagulls and shit flying everywhere. I didn't really know what to make of it. Then after walking around again, mind you, butt ass naked in the rain, you kind of run into some goons. And not only are they goons, they ghost goons. So the ghost goons pull up on you, they stab the shit out of you, and then from there you kind of get transferred to a cutscene where they basically dragging your dead ass to a table and they gonna cut you open. I'm not gonna spoil too much of the game. Mind you, that's just the intro, that's just the beginning. But it kind of leads me into where I want to go with this. So the imagery in this game is crazy. And I mean that on more than just one level. Graphically, this game is top 5. Easily top 5. But not only graphically, but the art direction. A1. I don't know what the team was on when they was putting this together, but this game comes together beautifully. The only gripe I have is that you left bro out there with his piece on display, man. Cover that man up. Shout out my homie Crave. That was a very good point he brought up. Cover the homie piece, man. We not doing that. It's 2023 going on 30, man. We not doing that. But all jokes aside, man, this game looks incredible. I don't know if you're playing this on PS5, Xbox, PC. I don't care. This game looks amazing. The lighting on this game is ridiculous. The texture work on this game, ridiculous. I'm looking at the game while I'm playing it, and I'm just like, damn, this looks incredible. Plays incredible, super smooth. I'm playing it on PC. I do have ray tracing enabled, so take that for what you will. The dialogue. This game is created by the same team that brought you Control, that brought you the first Alan Wake, that brought you Quantum Break, but also brought you Max Payne. And that's very important because I'm a huge fan of Max Payne. I think it's a great series. I think it's a underrated kind of series. So to see Sam Lake not only be in this game as a creative director, but also doing vocal work within the game, man, the first time you hear his voice, it's like, damn, that's Max. You know, it's super cool because I didn't play the first Alan Wake. Let me say that. I didn't play the first one, but after playing this game one time, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and play it, man, because this shit was fire. And it starts off slow, too. It don't start off all crazy with a lot of action or anything like that. You're not out here just killing shit. It's a lot of investigative work, a lot of LA Noire type of vibe, a lot of Yakuza, Lost Judgment type of vibe. I thought it was dope. The game has a map. No, you cannot pinpoint anything on the map. It is simply a map. You're not putting no check marks, no objective markers, no none of that shit. It's a straight map. I think that's kind of cool. I do. Because it makes you pay attention to the environment, which is densely packed. In the forest, you got a lot of shrubbery. In the nearby town, you got a lot of cars, different shops, people walking around and stuff like that. So they nailed it. In the imagery department, they nailed it. It's the sheriff that you meet when you first get into town. His voice sound exactly what I imagine a deputy's voice would sound. It's so spot on, bro. I say that to say The vocal talent in this game, A1. A1. And mind you, I've been playing a lot of Japanese voiceover games, the Yakuzas of the world, things of that nature. The Sword, what's the name of the game? Sword and Fairy. I think that was Chinese, but I say that to say, over East, their vocal talent, they be kicking ass. Doing the voiceovers and stuff, they be kicking ass. But Remedy, y'all showing out. Y'all putting on for the West. I appreciate it. Because everybody voice sound good. Everybody voice sound good. I can't say that with every game that we have played this year. I cannot say that. I'm not going to bring up no game in particular. But if you can read between the lines, you know what I'm getting at. And this game got a little sense of humor too. That's another thing I like about this game. At one point, the deputy asked you, like, oh, damn, y'all FBI? Man, y'all hiring? You know what I mean? He trying to get a job with the FBI. You know, I just like stuff like that. I'm going to try not to spoil too much, but I will say this. At one point in the game, you get to the body. Again, this is all early on. You get to the body, and you unlock what's called a mind place. And the mind place is almost like a separate entity, like a separate universe, but you can still die in the game. So you can't just go in the mind place when you out here getting your ass whooped. You will still be getting your ass whooped, but it's a place you can go, and there's a couple different spots within the mind place. One of them is the case board, which is like a big board where you got a main plot point, so to speak, and then pictures connected to that plot point. So you'll kind of go back and forth between this place and the actual game world. And I think it's really dope. I think it's really neat to kind of space it out like that and have you as the player kind of manually go into that and then leave that space whenever you want. It kind of reminded me of Evil Within, how the Evil Within has its own separate place where you can upgrade and things like that, but you had to be by a mirror or some type of conduit to get into that space. Whereas with this game, you can go into that space whenever you want. You can also die, but whenever you want to go into this space, you can go there. I think that's really neat, really cool. I'm not even gonna lie to you. When I was playing this game, I kept looking for shit. Another thing this game really nails is the exploration. You will be rewarded in so many different ways for exploring. I found little trinkets and little lock boxes and shit like that, and I'm like, damn, that's cool, that's fly. And it also ties into the main case because it's also these separate subplot cases that you also figure out along the way. Just a really good way to kind of keep you engaged, keep you looking around and looking through this beautiful environment that they crafted in this game, man. I can't say it enough, man. I really gotta tilt my cap to that team, man. Y'all did y'all thing. I didn't like all the taxidermy action. Let me go there. The taxidermy action was crazy because let me bring y'all to my world. I recently been watching a lot of crime documentaries. So I was watching this one about this guy named Edward Gein, and he was into some taxidermy type of activity. So I got that in my mind, and I'm playing the game, and I'm seeing little deer heads mounted up and shit like that. I'm like, oh man, they ready to take it there. This game ready to take it there. At this one part of the game, you find a gate that you can't get into. It's a little call box, little intercom. So you like, yeah, we just coming to investigate, and you just hear static on the other side. So you know it's somebody on the other side, but they not about to say nothing to you. We not about to just snitch on ourselves. Ain't gonna be no ratting going on. I thought that was hilarious. There's another spot in the mind place where you upgrade your weapon. To upgrade your weapon, you need these things called manuscript fragments. You will find these through the exploration Another part of the mind place, there's this table in the middle of it. With this table, you do this thing called profiling. Now, I don't know if the main character is psychic, so to speak. They label it as intuition, but ain't no intuition that damn good. She got some psychic abilities and it's dope as hell. Cause you sit down at the table, everything start glowing green, and what she does is she takes her mind and she puts herself in the shoes of whoever she's profiling. It's kind of messed up, but she be spot on with it. So even if she wrong, she right. You know? But it's a really dope way to kind of tie in more of those paranormal vibes. There's also these cool little notes too that you can read within the mind place, of course. A lot of those manuscript pages that you find during your exploration, you go to the mind place to read them. The mind place is really going to serve as your central hub for context within the game. That's another thing I noticed. At one point, the main character asks, are we characters or the audience? I think that's going to be a big theme within this game. You see a lot of narrative tie-ins, a lot of similes, metaphors, things of that nature, different literary devices. It seems to be a story within a story. When you get to the town, you pull up hella smooth, hella clean. I'm not trying to play spoiler, but as I keep thinking about this game, all these different scenes keep coming to my mind. So you pull up to the town, right? And you see these two big ass coffee cans just dancing. And your partner says, I smell coffee. And then immediately you go to the coffee shop. The sheriff, he got 2 coffee cups. He give one to your partner. He got one, but he don't give you one. I thought that was rather rude, but I got other things to investigate, so I'm not really thinking about his ass like that. Once you get to the town, the game kind of opens up. I found myself kind of just looking around at the town and going into different shops and looking at cars. At one point, I went to almost a bird feeding center. A lady got mad at me because I shooed the birds away, talking about how she was mad that I shoot the birds away and how the birds are the only thing that keep her sane. I looked at her like, you already crazy. They have a radio in this game within the mind place that you can listen to. It eerily reminds me of PT. For those of y'all that remember PT, really reminds me of that. I wonder if the radio is going to get more demented the further we get into the game, because it starts with a weather report. The crazy part about the weather report is that whoever the meteorologist was, he wasn't thinking about nothing. He asked Billy, how you feel about Monday? Rain. All right, what about Tuesday? He like, rain. He like, all right, Billy, can you say something else, brother? Billy like, more rain. He's like, all right, okay, back to you, Doc. You know what I'm saying? Just hilarious stuff like that. I don't know how long this video gonna be, but if you are enjoying this, do me a huge favor, man. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Appreciate all the love and support you guys been showing the channel, for real. I rolled up on a group of 3 dudes. They looked like they was on their work break. They drinking coffee. The one dude like, did you hear all that screaming the other day? He was like, oh yeah, that was a newlywed couple, man. They probably just on their honeymoon or something. And the dude just looked at him like, man, you know somebody just died. Cut it out. Why you even say that, dumbass? It's so much little stuff to pay attention to in this game. It ain't always necessarily the big scene. It's a lot of the little nuances that the people got. I know I rode up on this black couple, bless their heart. They saw something they wasn't supposed to see, and they called the police. They called them straight up. They like, hey, something going on with these white folk out here, man. It was a naked dude that came out the lake, and it was these crazy people in deer masks. They was tearing into the brother with knives. As my grandmother would say, demonic. The name of the black couple is the Bookers. I don't know why the Bookers was out there, but black folk, let me tell you, Don't be going out there. You go home. Because if you don't go home, next thing you know, FBI asking you what you saw. But all jokes aside, this game does a great job in storytelling because next thing you know, there's this lady claiming that not only she know you, she know your daughter. Now, how you gonna take that? Somebody who you've never met them a day in your life and they talking about your family. Just kind of that weird type of vibe, man. You'll look at them like, all right, hold on. This about to get a little different. Another thing I like about the main character is that she got strong mental fortitude because everything Shorty was kicking to her just bounced right off of her. She like, no, you don't know me. And she was trying her best to convince her that she knew about her situation. It's good to have a main character with strong mental fortitude. Sometimes the main character be kind of weak mentally and you be like, man, this main character kind of soft. I like the fact that the main protagonist has strong mental fortitude because during the course of this game, she gonna go through some magnificent events that she ain't never read no case profile like this. Also, let me know, was it just me or I did not know what to do at the autopsy part? Now, I did solve it, but for a little bit there, I was a little lost. I just wanted to say that. There's so much more I could say about this game, but this is a good summary of my thoughts so far. I'm liking it, and I'm going to play some more of it. And if you want to see some more videos involving this game, let me know in the comment section below. If you have a suggestion for a game you would like me to play, let me know in the comment section below. Peace and love. My name is King Cartel. Be safe, be careful, wear a face mask. I'll see you big head motherfuckers on the next one. Peace.